session number 4 of our forum series. It is already week 6. How fast time flies! Already week 6, and we have gone through 3 very interesting presentations and discussion. For today, I can assure you it's going to be something very unique too. Today, what we're going to do is we have Dr. Tan Lee Oi, who will speak with Mr. Andrew Wilfred on working with the communities, developing to become a holistic individual. Now, before I pass on to Dr. Tan, I would like to also do a little bit of marketing for our next session. In 2 weeks' time, because I know many of you are busy, classes have already started and we need to arrange our time. So I think it's important for us to know on 30th of September, Mr. Mitchell Leong will be speaking on Youth Empowerment Plan and Project W. How has this worked in growing our students? So this is something for you to look forward to. So without further ado, I think it's important for me now to pass on to Dr. Tan, who will start on his session for today. So Dr. Tan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gabriel, and good afternoon, everyone. By looking at this topic, actually, this can be a research topic that I will use my department as a case studies. And how this all come about? Actually, my department, we promote something called experiential learning. That means we need to bring experience into students' learning. And because of that, we started to go into various type of activities and event. But everything must back to my first class. Back in 2013, I think 13, I just came back from, I just completed my PhD and started my lecturer positions in KDU. My first class is about media research method. I actually prepared about the first class, the slides, the PowerPoint slide is about 40 to 50 slides, I think. It's a very long slides on what is research, what is the scientific process, what is epistemology. And I went into the class. I still remember some of the students, actually the group is actually belong to, we call it the Steven Soon's batch, Steven Soon. And in the class, right, they were diploma students actually. They actually changed my understanding on education in the first class because whatever that I prepared just didn't work at all. Because in the class, there was a student called David Tau Kwa. You know Tau Kwa in Hokkien, right? Is what is that? The pressed tofu, Tau Kwa. And he was like playing magic. He know how to show. He was into the magic show. He played with fires and all those things in the class, you know. And there was another student. He was a hyperactive boy that couldn't sit quietly. He really can't sit. He actually told me that, sir, sorry, when I walk around in your class, but I just let him walk around because he really hyperactive and cannot sit down and listen to you. And I asked a question, who are our students? Actually, for majority of the mass comm student, right, they are from middle upper or upper classes family background. I have in my department, I have one family that constantly supported us is Johnny and also her brother. The father actually owned a factory. They produce cup for those the environmental friendly cups and also some plastic bottles for Nestle, Starbucks, and they belong to the Old Ridge in Penang. And what are the type of students that we have in my department? I would categorize them into 3 groups. The first group is academically excellent group, where this group, right, they actually can study one, but this probably just around 20% of the student population. The second group is academically weaker group. They are willing to put in little effort and study, but somehow because of their training in the past and their cognitive ability is just at that average level. And these are the majority of my students actually. I would say this consists of 50 to 60%. And I have another third group. This group are the challenging group is actually, I would call them academically don't care group. That means they don't care of their study at all. Lecturer have to constantly ask them to submit assignment, have to encourage them to study, and sometimes they will come back with a very all kinds of excuses. If they didn't submit assignment, they will tell you that, sorry, sir, yesterday I was busy playing games with my friends, so I couldn't complete my assignment. These are the excuses that they give. And then for those who are academically excellent groups, some are actually talented students that they can speak very well, they can sing, they can dance, and they can do live, and they can do a good video. And they are, because of their family background, they have a very high ego, and they are pampered in family. Most of the students are pampered actually, all three groups, and they are well traveled. Even those the second group also well traveled. They travel around not only in Malaysia but around the region and the world. And those who are academically don't care group, right? Usually they are those that belong to they will go for clubbing, gaming. We do have students there who go for car racing last time. Yeah, these are the profile of my students. So we bring in the experience into their learning in order to get them learn. In this presentation, I would, based on the case study of June semester, what are the activities that we have done so far in just one semester. And the second part, right, is the rationale behind all these experiences sharing through a video that compiled by Mr. Andrews' student. Okay, type of activities that we have. This is the overview analysis. Throughout June semester 2022, there were 12 activities that we have conducted. The first one, cultivating family togetherness. This is actually an activity that we collaborate with state government. We invited Chief Minister, and we created some activity that try to bond different generation, parents and children. There are many activities that parents will bring their children or children bring their parents to come and join the activity so that they can interact. And the second activity, celebrating talents, is a singing competition with autism kids actually. And the third mini monologue is a theater performance, but it's a very shorter version. Number 4 is Creative Media Forum. This is a talks that we invited some famous film writer and also some practitioners to discuss about what are the problems of the current creative industry. And number 5 is Artistic U event. This is actually a drawings event for autism kids. Number 6, important of product branding talk. This is a talk that organized together with Career Placement Center with Anna. We invited an expert from the industry to talk about the product branding. And then number 7, a good PR story. This is our public relations webinar series that we invited a PR practitioner to share the good practices from the industry. Number 8, Blast, be legendary at streaming today. We invited a gamers actually, share how to do a good streaming and make money. Number 9 is a photography competition. Number 10 is a collaboration with external body on French Film Festival on GSC actually. 11 is MC audition. This is we organized for students to participate, and we selected the top 5, and they will become MC for our major event. And number 12 is qualitative data analysis using NVivo. This is more academic oriented event. And I try to analyze all these activity. I categorize them into the types of activity that we have actually. I try to reflect what I have done so far actually. These are actually 4 types of community engagement activity. The first is on social actually. We try to engage the marginalized group in society, especially the autism kids and their family, and also emphasize on the family value as well. The second is arts. We have performance, photography, singing, dancing, and the movie. Number 4 is environment, is a seahorse conservation in one of the activity. They raise fund for the seahorse conservation. Number 4 is intellectual. This is a engagement with intellectual community, especially those that from industrial player in the area of advertising, public relations, and media industry. So by working on the activities, right, actually we can connect with community through a very a deeper connection. We can establish that. Okay, this is a quote by Muhammad Yunus. If you know Muhammad Yunus, right? He's the Nobel Peace Prize winners that who promote micro credit for small farmers in India, and it becomes something very important. He said, right, human being is much bigger than just making money. I think this is the value that we try to incorporate into students' learning. Okay, throughout the activity, right, in the past, I think almost like 8-9 years of my experience, right, I can witness a lot of changes among my students. There were moments that might be life-changing for some of students in their activity. I remember in 2019, when students won the Youth Entrepreneurship Awards champion, which back in about 15,000, the mom and the student hugged each other and cried in the hall of what is that? St. John Wembley Hotel. And I remember another incident, right? It's actually this is actually by accident, right? The student just become a popular MC. This is actually a talk organized by Career Placement Center from Anna. Anna actually asked me to get a student to be an MC. This is just an online talk, just 1 hour, a very simple talk. But somehow the student that we invited, right, she performed so well, you know. Everyone was like so impressed with her, how she moderate the talk, how she chair. And subsequently, her senior, right, expected her to be an MC in all kinds of occasions. And she has accidentally built up her personal brand as good MC. And now she is getting some project from outside as well. This is something that accident. And also I can recall some other small moment, like student delivered a speech in front of Chief Minister. This might be something that will build up their confidence in their life. And there are because the nature of the activity is like sometimes we have fundraising for some marginalized group. Like during MCO, we raise fund for migrant workers. The student actually, even though at that time people dare not to go out because of the virus, but our student came out and they carry heavy rice and they delivered to the some migrant labels. I can see that they are touched with certain things that they are doing because they grow up in a very, I would say, because well-to-do family, they don't have these problems of nothing to eat. So these are the things that we do. This is the things that okay, let me share a videos that produced by Andrew student. It is a compilation of all the activity that he has done so far. I hope the video has a proper sounds and audio. Okay, can everyone see the video? Can you see the video now?
Yes, we can, but you have.
Let me play the sound for 5 seconds and can you listen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, actually this video can represent what we have done so far actually, and the philosophy behind why we do this community work.
Hey everyone, we are students from UOW Malaysia, KDU Penang. Since 2018, we have been working on a project dedicated to helping and empowering women who are financially challenged. Wonder Mama began with Mr. Andrew Wilfred's dedication in helping those in need. The project was created to provide an online platform for women in Penang to build their home-based small businesses to earn a living in these trying times. The focus revolved around two main objectives: to enable single mothers to cultivate their self-confidence and participate in society as responsible individuals, to empower single mothers by educating them to kickstart their own online business through various workshops. The first ever major Wonder Mama project was held in September 2018. The project had the support of PWDC and consisted of 5 workshops. The Business Startup Workshop was held on 15 September 2018 to teach the basics of starting a business. On 22 September 2018, the Bread Making Workshop was carried out to provide single mothers basic knowledge on bread making. The Cake Making Workshop was held on 29 September 2018 to equip single mothers basic skills on cake making. On the 6th of October 2018, the Photography and Digital Marketing Workshop was held to provide basics of photography to help display products on online platforms complemented with digital skills. The last workshop for the project was the Pastry Making Workshop, which was held on the 13th of October 2018 to give single mothers basic pastry recipes. A CSR event was also held to provide a platform and to motivate technology learning among women. This was done to help bridge the technology gap. 2 sessions were held for senior techies starting on the 26th of October 2018. In 2020, Wonder Mama became Wonder Moms with a new logo. The project aimed at providing women with the necessary skills to succeed in an online home-based business. In 2021, Wonder Moms took on bigger aspirations to empower women. A crowdfunding was held for a food handling course for 30 single mothers to support and empower them towards becoming successful entrepreneurs. 1,530 ringgit was raised in 8 days for the enrollment of 30 women on 17 March 2021. The participants were divided into 2 groups. The first group food handling course was held on 7th April 2021 with 13 participants. The second group was held on 30th June 2021 with 17 participants. The food handling course educated these women on the different factors that can cause food alteration or contamination and the possible consequences they can have on consumers' health. These are some of the women who have taken steps to better their lives after participating in the workshops. Kak Pa Frozen Food, Atas Store, a vintage ladies thrift shop, and Susanna's Handmade Crochet for quality crochet products. These 3 businesses have gained a tremendous increase in profit and traffic through the initiative. Now, for the launching of Wonder Moms, 30 women's home businesses will be posted and shared on the Wonder Moms Facebook page. Wonder Moms will now officially be collaborating with Penang Women's Development Corporation, or PWDC, to work towards empowering women. Furthermore, to provide further assistance to their businesses, Wonder Moms will officially be collaborating with eRider, the most affordable on-demand same-day delivery service provider in Penang. Women will work wonders. Thank you to all the sponsors and supporters of this project.
Very good, especially for us senior citizens, for men. I think quite a lot of things. But today, this morning, I learned how to set, how to what do you call download the internet or what, and then the how to Okay, the songs, music, what I want to listen, and then the newspapers and everything. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're all very good.
I do it myself. Log in into Instagram, creating the accounts, following up, edition, and all these things. And also from your help, the support of all of you, I start have that hands-on practical, which is very good. Thank you. Lately, our Instagram viewers, we notice a lot of young people and exposure to your age generation, this generation of all of you, then our exposure is widened out. It's a very healthy direction. That this is something that we want to reach out to. We reach out to the young people.
All right. The video actually pretty much sum up what we did actually, and most of the activity actually carried out by my lecturer, not me actually. My part is actually mostly on academic workshops and all those new media trends that I'm interested. And to add on, right, constantly in our students population, we also always have some kinds of Christian students who are very active. They have experience from their Christian groups, and they bring in their experience into the mass comm club student activity. This is also something that is quite interesting. I think that's all my presentation, and my lecturers and would help me to answer some of the question as well if you have anything to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tan and Mr. Andrew. So now I'll open up to the floor for any of you who have any questions or would like to be inspired or would need advice on the ideas that you have pertaining to a holistic learning environment from our students, for our students, which involves the organization of activities by the academic staff itself. Are there any questions from the floor?
Dr. Tan, this is Melissa.
Yes.
I'm impressed with some of the students' work that done by the students. In fact, all this is a very good project. I wonder that how can all this project that because of to fulfill the requirement of the course requirement, but somehow how we can actually make use of all this good work that we can like bring this inspiration to the higher level from students. I mean that students inspire students as well as students can inspire the staff, so that because I feel that all these good things, right? How come I as a staff, I also not really know, until you share all this video. So that's why I think that this is my observation. I do find out that a lot of the good things, whether is initiated at department level or whatever, it is somehow is not really widely spread out. Is eventually is a very, very good things.
Okay. Thanks for the comment. I noticed this because usually sometimes our department activity, right? Some lecturer and me, right? We always short sendiri.
No,
As far as we
because
short sendiri, right?
I think this short study we cannot continue to do that.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
we are all the educators, so we need to find out how we can actually inspire more and more students as well as people around us, you see. So you see, from this little video, I actually is being inspired already.
Yep.
Mr. Andrew, you have any comment?
Hi, good evening to everyone. I'm Andrew here. Actually, I'm in the classroom. Anyway, actually, to answer Melissa's question, actually, this inspiration, actually, first of all, we lecturers, we have to think that at this particular age, we are not here to educate minds anymore. We are here to educate hearts. So when we actually teach through heart and be able to educate those hearts, little hearts in our class, that inspiration actually they will bring it outside. We don't need to actually make it as a big stuff, to our we have our own objective to achieve, which is we teach the hearts to be work. Sometimes mind works only for certain things, but heart works for most of the things. So this heart, we have to actually work and we have to make sure it's sustained. So to answer your question, Melissa, I really don't feel that we have to make it or inspire others, the CJU students inspire student or lecturers inspire lecturer. It's all born within it. We have to born within it, or we have to actually think, oh, we as an educator, we have to do this so that the student will achieve this amount of objective. But anyway, for all these projects, we have our own stakeholders who are benefited from our own projects. Like, for example, Wonder Mom, we have our Persatuan Ibu-Ibu Tunggal Pulau Pinang who work with us. We have PWDC, is one of the GLC company under state government, and the current one, the Youth for Impact, Progress and Empowerment, actually it's straight from the Chief Minister's office, N26. So we actually working with them directly, but we are just not uh, being, popularizing it outside, because we felt that the real purpose of we doing it is actually to help them, to educate them, not to popularize our projects. Thank you.
Can I say, this series, can you hear me?
Yes.
This series of student experience sharing between school, exactly, Melissa, is to share out, what schools are doing, all the good things. But I feel that the questions has been rightly asked by Melissa. We as an institution, we should share good practices and, all the good things done by a department. And if other departments' students, other school students want to join, it's a good thing. And it should be the objective of the institution. Is we are all working within the institution. It's not so much on, like what Andrew said to me. It's not so much about, moving hearts, and then it's up to the hearts to carry on, to inspire at certain time in your life. But I think for institution, we do have a goal. And the goal is to, improve our student experience, not to use the word popularize, but to share and to make known to the students and to the staff. So I'm asking, I think Melissa asked a very good question. I'm asking Prof. Hon, you're here. Following up this series, perhaps we have to think of a mechanism. Usually we talk and then, we have to think of a structure, a mechanism that people know what each other is doing, and whether they want, we shouldn't be duplicating our efforts. A lot of work for everybody. Like, for example, I'm engineering school. I want to join some of Dr. Tan's activity. Okay, I can walk across to Dr. Tan's office and say, hey, some of my students, can you open it up to the whole of the UC instead of just your school? That would be something that we are looking forward to. So I'm asking Prof. Hon to pick up from there and to think of a mechanism, a structure, whereby, we heard about a lot of good things. This is the fourth in the series, and we are yet to hear some other good things that you have spent a tremendous amount of time, efforts, and, creating all this. I think it should be known, at least at the institutional level. And and just to save everybody from duplicating, working on things, we can share and make it, registerable for all students, even across campuses. So we have to, in addition to what I propose, this series, of experience sharing, I have actually talked to Prof. Hon. The second series coming on different things. I know we have done one series on commercialization, and this is the series on student experience. And I'm asking Prof. Hon to organize session on student mobility programs. One is on the business side. The other one is also relating to student experience. We have something to fulfill, both financial and business side, as well as, to meet expectations of our students. So this student mobility, because it's very difficult at this time, right after, well, we are still in the COVID. So to increase the number of students as expected, by the board. So we are trying to diversify a little bit, not all the pressure on, getting new students when we know at this point in time in everywhere. You know, the families probably would choose public universities. They only pay $3,000-4,000 and they're good. And all the rich ones, you know, Monash is not affected in terms of enrollment, but the middle ones are all affected, I think. So we have talked about diversifying our income, not to put too much pressure on new enrollment. And we learned all from Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, that you know, she organized these English programs for this Vietnamese university, FPT. And the students are coming right after May because of Malaysia border opening. And we are expecting 600 to come next year for Penang UC alone, I think. And I've asked Mitch to come up with a program for student mobility from his side, the SAC. But I think student mobility should also come from the school. Each school, I asked Hon to talk to, each school should have one student mobility program of 50 students, which is not a lot. Okay, we should start from that and make the campus more vibrant, more international, and also helping the business, like not to put the full pressure on just recruiting full-time, full-fee paying students. So the next series, I'm asking for this presentation, what ideas we have. But I thank Marissa for raising this question. You know, this exactly is the thinking behind to do this experience sharing, so that people know what you do, all the good things that you have done, and to learn from you, and perhaps not to duplicate effort, and to join your program. So that's the thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I think Melissa had asked the correct questions, and if you all look at each of the sessions that prepared for this sharing forum, the schools are being picked up based on what I know. They have done very well in certain areas. But at the same time, I also realized that a lot of academic staff, especially, they do this for their students because they want the student to grow, to become who they want it to be. And they put in a lot of efforts and they will not complain how tiring it is. They will do it because that is the passion towards educating the students. So Andrew and Dr. Tan, you guys have done a lot because you want to give and build the best students for your school. But what Melissa and Miss Jennifer has highlighted is that it's not that we want to popularize this, but if you don't shout out or tell others what you have been doing, then you will not be able to bring in more students for you to develop to who you want them to be. Yeah, because right now your target will be the students that you have. And the whole idea about telling people this good experience that generated for the students is in order for more students to come and join us, and then you can bring more students to become a more holistic individual. So I need all of you to know, it's not that we want to popularize it, and we also understand that why you guys academic happily doing things that you know will benefit the student. But the reason of sharing, the reason of telling is so that we can bring in more and we can train more students to become who we would like them to be. Yeah. So that's why I think sometimes when I have sessions with all the heads, that's when they started to share with me. And I think a few times when I talked to Dr. Tan, I said, this is such a good thing. Why you all don't talk about it? And it's also very important for everyone to know. Sometimes we as a teacher, we plan activities, we hope the students will benefit from it. But you'll be surprised if you don't tell specifically to them. To do this is for you to be like that. The reason why we do this is because we want you to be like that. If you don't tell clearly, actually they may not know. And sometimes end up, they might even blame you. Why are you making us, work day and night for this kind of activities? and it's so hard. So it's very important for us to also remember your students as well as outsiders and also our potential customer, future customer, and the parents, they may not know what you think inside your hearts. So the way to tell what you think and what you want the students' hearts to be touched is to tell. Yeah. So I always realize this, and that's why there are times that I even send out, I think Jia Hui has been, everyone send out an email to ask all the heads, anything that you would like to shout out. So please note, not just about winning competitions, yeah, not just about, somebody get award. Even things like this, you must try to tell why is it so important, why is it so good. Then
Can I
know.
add something? Can I add something?
Yes,
I
please,
think
Dr. Chang.
personally, I was involved in all these activities, so I know very well how the development, the whole development. Dr. Tan's activities can be categorized into two categories. One is open to all, like Wonder Mama, things like that, right? Another one is actually they incorporated into their syllabus, into their curriculum. Wonder Mama is actually when you appear in all these occasions, there were a lot of people there. A lot of people. Yeah, correct, Dr. Tan? The response in the night, just that our KDU staff were not keen. I would like to say that. Every time when I want participation, I had to call out the head, please, ask, send student, this. Had to push that. They are not willing to participate. They think that all these are extracurricular activity. And we had to come during night time, right? Saturday, that's how we organize the activity during the night and Saturday and weekend. We almost had to work like that. So it is, there are a lot of people there. So those that which are not incorporated into curriculum, those that incorporated into curriculum, I think it's a little bit difficult to invite other students to come along, right? Because it's assessment based, right? Yeah. So it's a bit difficult. I understand that. A bit difficult to ask students. And Andrew has done a lot. And all this activity, I actually personally told Andrew, we don't have money. We have to go for crowdfunding. So all this money came for crowdfunding. We actually have to go all out to go to get the money and to organize the activity. If we have too many staff involved, we have no money to organize this. Yeah, and every time I ask Andrew, how much money we have generated now? Yeah. So all this, we didn't take a single cent from the organization. Yeah. So all this, if the staff want to do it, they also have to join the effort to go and generate money ourselves. So most of our staff are not interested in that. It's not an easy work, it's a hard work, Unless we are provided with a fund, then we will go organize activity. Just like Batukawan launch, it costs a lot of money, you see. So this thing, we have to bit by bit, collect donation, go for crowdfunding, this sort of thing. Yeah, but it is a very good effort. It is correct that maybe next time, I think this section will bring awareness to everybody. Whenever we call out for the participation, please participate. Please participate. We have, even Anna have a hard time to call for the participation. Please participate. This is the avenue that not only we can help students to build their skill, their soft skill, to make them more confident, and you have very good professional networking activities, and a lot of times students use all this activity to get a job, to get a very good job. Just like the other time, the cultivating family togetherness, things like that. On the dot, one of the Datin asked me, can I hire this student? I said, you can go and approach him. On the dot, they offer a job to the student, which is very good. So I'd like to encourage all the staff, whenever you send, you see the email are flowing around, normally we're flowing around. Just a lot of staff didn't pay attention at all. Yeah. All the staff to participate, because you're not only helping the student to build out their skill, help them to unleash their talents, but also you try to help the community to meet the needs of the community. Okay, but this one need the effort of all the staff. Okay, yeah, thank you. It's just last Saturday the workshop or this yeah, I think Mangaswari talked about the healthcare assistant program, things like that, right? We have been announcing for many times, but actually also the response is not good. Okay, so we need all the staff to open their eyes, open their ear to what is happening around us, and take an action to participate. Okay, yeah, thank you.
But to answer Melissa's concern, right, actually I have put in a little budgets for social media marketing, which I emphasize on a Facebook and Instagram. All activities, right, those that are selected that are popular, we think that could be popular, and we actually put in little money and we do the ads to reach out to more people. Every year I set certain target for that actually. I will have like 500,000 engagement or 1 million engagement. This year actually I set 2 million, but because not enough money, so didn't achieve that. But actually reach out to many people. A lot. Actually it's a lot. It's sometimes the numbers just go viral like that. People just shared certain videos that we created from some awards or some activity, right? It just become like 300,000 views, 400,000 views like that. We just invest little money. So it's actually reach out to outside. Maybe what is missing is internally, sometimes we promote, but there is no response. So we didn't really promote.
Maybe you have to go department by department to go and invite them. Personally, physically, yes.
We have the corporate communication email channels actually.
They're not touched by that. Sometimes they just open and close it. You have to go department by department. I find it is how, just like marketing, you have to go and reach out to the student and ask them to sit down and counsel that. And that recruitment enrollment will take place. I think
some of our activity already have a lot of participants. We don't
There's
really
a lot of
need
participants. That's why I said when you are there, it's a lot of outsider came in.
I guess the point are well taken. I'm going to interrupt and ask a more naive question. You know, you chose a topic on building holistic individual, which is very above everything in life, you know, holistic individual. So I guess, and all your activities, when I look at it, I thought I have gone to a social work department, you know, presentation. So I'm sure Dr. Tan, your department also do a lot of activities relating to communication. That is your school, right? Communication, yes. New media and all these things. Can you say a few words? What are the activities in those aspects reflecting, you know, a lot of the times when we do student experience, what I have in mind is you are using student experience activities to build the positioning of your school. And that's why it's important to shout out, you know, you position yourself and you become known that, this school, you know, is very good at creating individuals. For example, in Hong Kong, you know, we have many universities. We have 8 publicly funded universities, and not many. Malaysia got 20, Hong Kong got 8, okay? But they're very high ranking in the world, okay? There is one university not very high ranking, and it's called Baptist University. I think under QS, they're probably below 200, above 200, maybe between 200 to 300. So it's okay, you know, like Hong Kong U is number 23, okay? So in Hong Kong, Baptist University is so good. But when it comes to communication and journalism, they take the best student in Hong Kong because it's known for that. So positioning is very important, where your where your students, your graduates end up to do what kind of companies, and that helps positioning. All the important positions in journalism, communication are all taken by these Baptist graduates, for example. So graduates, where your graduates go, because I always link all these things to positioning. So can you say a few words on what are the activities you do, very specific to, you know, the gist of the teaching of your school? Holistic is very good. Holistic is above everything. Yeah.
Okay, as you can see for the raw data of activity in June, right? We
Yeah.
have intellectuals, academic related talk as well, like in public relations, photographies,
Yes.
and also about branding. So these are the
Yes.
things that we highlight as well as others aspects of communication like creative media forums
Of course.
and all others related activities like film festivals. These are
Yeah.
quite academic oriented.
Yeah.
And talking about where my student ended, right? So it's actually
I
they
missed
are,
that. I missed when you present that slide. I probably did not pay a lot of attention. Yes, these are
Yeah.
the things of your school. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, Jennifer, you asked a very good question. The other day, when I was talking to Dr. Tan, I said, Dr. Tan, it's amazing. Within 6 months, you have more than 10, 12 activities. I said, it's amazing. I know they're very busy, the school. But I asked him, do the activity that you organize as impactful as Hanjang's activity? Okay. I say like that. I saw Hanjang is very, very big. I know. And Dr. Tan told me they spend a lot of money. He said, they spend a lot of money. You know, easily how many 50K he's doing. Oh, I said, oh, like that. Oh. So I say that your activity has to be bigger than Hanjang. Then,
but our money is smaller, right?
Then he said, your money
Usually
is
I would
small.
just ask 2,000-3,000 for one event.
Say your money is small. How to make it big like that?
So, Dr. Tan, where do your graduates go? That is to build your school's name.
We
You
have
know, I
graduates.
tell you a joke in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, everything is very controlled in terms of which curriculum, much more controlled than Malaysia. Medicine, only 2 universities can do forever. Don't ever think that the 3rd university can do that, okay? And law, only 3 universities can do, okay? The first one did it was Hong Kong U, and then second one, Chinese U. You know, Chinese U is also very high ranking. It's, I think, number maybe 50 to 70 in QS. And then City University is now 49 in QS, okay? So we always make a joke. Our vice chancellor, City U, always say that, please, the graduates of law school don't only go to new territories to work, go to Central to work. You know, Central is the business district in Hong Kong. You have to work in Zhongwan, not Shanghai. Okay, so I'm asking, because that built the name of your school. So where your graduates go to?
We have a graduates for PR student, right? They went for a very professional PR agency, the tops in the world in KL actually. And also we do have students that work in various production house. Some are quite good actually. And also a Astro, all those media company. We do have those like student. And they are actually, this question, right, can be important. But if you look at our student demographics, like what I presented just now, some are actually from middle, upper, and upper classes. What they need for education is not to work, you know. They don't care about work actually. Those family, like the siblings that I talk about, they actually own a factory. And after they graduated, right, they actually went to the factory to help the father. So it's actually, maybe I would say there are certain students are looking for a job, but they are well-to-do family. They just want some good experience in terms of their learning and character buildings. Yeah.
Character building, exactly.
Yeah.
I think what you are doing today is character building and philosophical mindset building. Yeah.
I think, Dr. Tan, what you say is going to be increasingly true as we move up the chain now that we're part of UOW and we increase our fee. And therefore, our student profile also move up accordingly. Those who can afford us will more. So the more we do that, the more will come from family that already have established businesses. And their parents or themselves are looking for a reputable university with a cert, a good experience that is fulfilling. That's why what BK talked about, exchange or one semester abroad is important so that they can say that they've been to Australia, they've been to our main campus. And eventually that will be the large proportion of our student compared to our student population now. Very true.
Yeah, actually true. I
Mm.
can see now there are some international student has been coming to us now because of our no discount and all this. There has been like this semester, I think one or two also from international school, which I didn't really notice last time. And those students, especially those students that who experience in international school with in the past many years, right? They are very pampered student, you know. Now we have a student that you ask them to look for literature review, right? Look for some journal article. They will say that, Miss Heron, can you sit together with me? We together look for the journal article. This kind of pampered student we have now, you know. So I think the way how we trick student might need to change.
Yeah. I just we talk about graduates, where do they go? It would be very good, Han, to organize, you know, this forum of talking to academics and we sitting down together. Once it's just 1 hour and 1.5 hours every 2 weeks is a very good practice. Why don't we do a series on where the graduates go? You know, this is to create, as you say, like, you know, awareness, focus. Where do our graduates go for each school? It's a very worthwhile question for me. I think for all of you. Okay, I better shut up. I talk too much.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone?
Any other questions from the floor? I think maybe as we wait for any other final few questions, just to let me add in a few things over here. First of all, Dr. Tan, holistic learning is something that, as what Prof. Hugh said also, that is the future, where we develop not only the knowledge, understanding, and also the cognitive side of an individual, but we develop the total individual itself. I want to relate this to what our MQF also says in Malaysia. Over in Malaysia, we have the MQF 2.0, and part of it is the 5 clusters of learning. And if you look at the 5 clusters of learning, knowledge, understanding, and cognitive skill are only 2. The others, they are very soft skill, things such as leadership, autonomy, responsibility, personal entrepreneurship, ethics, and professionalism. So even in our Malaysian context, there is already a foresight to see that, because this MQF version 2 came out in 2019. So there was a big change from the 8 clusters to these 5, from the 8 domains to these 5 clusters. So the government already see that this is where we need to head to. So I believe, Dr. Tan, what you're doing is actually transcending what they are doing. So you are already not only there, but you are also opening the whole aspect to it. The thing that I want to stress on is on the matter pertaining to the appreciation of the students. Students who do this, they need to understand that learning, the holistic learning, is not only what happens in class. When, especially example, I want to highlight the example of the Green Valley. The Green Valley is actually a very, very good example where students put their knowledge and apply it into an actual situation. So this actually covers very high Bloom's taxonomy, application and synthesis. You see, so you are actually creating a student, not only a knowledge comprehension, but now it's really application and synthesis, and in a project itself. So this is something that should always continue, maintain, not only in your program, but also in the various other programs. I just want to add my 2 cents. Very interesting. Thank you very much for opening my eyes.
No more questions for anyone else?
Many of them are in class, Dr. Huan, seriously.
Yeah, today
is like
is
that. We are all full force. Classes
correct.
are full. The whole campus is so vibrant. Brilliant.
But the good
Yeah.
thing is all these sessions are recorded.
Yes,
So we can share with anyone
Definitely.
that would like
Definitely.
to listen to us. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yep, I think
Yeah.
Gabriel, maybe you want to close the sessions.
In that case, fellow friends, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your kind attendance and for your sharing. Just another word note, in 2 weeks' time, we are going to have a session from SAC Mitchell that will look into work this is on youth empowerment. So youth empowerment is also something very important. So with that, I would like to say thank you very much. Have a very good Malaysia Day and extended weekend. Take care and be safe. Bye-bye.